Hey, sup, buddy? How you doing? And of course, always the Stardew in the background. I know, but this time it's a short stream, so I don't have too much time. I need to head out soon. It actually is super weird just speaking to yourself like this. Probably never. I don't know. I don't have the ego to just appreciate my own voice. I mean, except when you sing in the shower, of course, then it's immaculate. But one positive aspect is it's easier to like write or work on the game while speaking than like swapping in and out of like typing in chat. Oh, thank you, buddy. I mean, I kind of got used to it. So like I work in an like open office environment, and my boss just storms in all the time. It's like, I need this, I need this. So eventually you just get used to it. And I love your name, Chronically Chill. Very relatable. So my like day-to-day job, I use C# because I work in Unity. But for my fun side projects, then it's basically only C++. Trying to like, I don't know, keep the practice up in a way, so I don't fall out too much. I used to like make my own engines and stuff, and then it was only C++. I don't know, I wouldn't say like living the dream. Like using to be clear, I don't use, or I use Unity. I don't work at Unity. And I don't know if like using Unity is a dream job in a way. We have so many issues with like, assets management. It's like the engine is basically built for indie developers' small games, which is super nice in the beginning. But when you're trying to scale your game to like 1 million users, then you're doomed. Okay, yeah, That's fair. If you're forced into React, then I understand why using Unity is a dream coming true. I don't know. I've tried to do web dev like a couple of times, and I don't know. I just hate JavaScript. I hate it so much. I also hate TypeScript because I see it as the same thing, and it's so annoying. Yeah, like when you use Python as a daily job, like do you have a huge code base? Because I basically only use it to write smaller scripts, and that works super nice. But I wouldn't imagine being able to scale it like endlessly. It's really hard, like working with stuff that is not typed or statically typed. Or that is at least me. Maybe it's a skill issue. Oh, you mean like Unity's version control, the plastic SCM thing? Oh, yeah, that. We tried that for the studio. Unity pushed it on us to try, and it was so bad, like so incredibly bad. I remember we created like a spreadsheet, and I just kept filling it up with garbage issues that they had. Like how and they worked on this plastic SCM shit for I don't know, like 15 years, and it's still just utter garbage. And that is like, okay, so Git is nice working with code because you can see the diffs, but when you have huge assets, yeah, then it's somewhat of an issue, and plastic is supposed to solve both of those, but somehow it ends up being worse than Git and Perforce at both of the tasks. So I don't know, I would probably never use their yeah, exactly, yeah. And like they have this like code review system that doesn't really work, and I don't know, at least when we used it, like we usually attach, so if you make a pull request, we want to attach like, okay, let's say 5 people, like, hey, can you review this thing? And somehow you could not add more than 1 person. It was so bad. But you could create like groups of people, but sometimes like 90% of that group would be like wasted people. I don't want to add like my whole team, like, hey, review this. I want to add like 1, 2, 3 persons. Like how? Like these are people with a full-time job. Why? How hard could it be? But I'm glad to hear that it's still the same. So I gotta ask, why do you use it? Are you like, are they threatening you guys? Is someone holding a gun to your head? Yeah, but that's probably that's like a classic case of not dog fooding your shit. It's like they probably use Git. But yeah, chill. We also use it for like, yeah, DevOps stuff, like creating fun build scripts, like getting everything hooked up, sending the builds to whatever platform we're using at the moment. And that is like Python's probably biggest strength. It's the amount of libraries that you can use. It's amazing. But how did you, Ethan? How did you get into front-end development? Why are you still there? Oh, but that's like really good. I mean, that is like, I gotta say, I love your like attitude towards development. Sometimes you just need to figure it out. And some people, they're like, no, I don't know it, I won't do it, and then yeah, you just sit there on your hands doing nothing. So it's nice to hear that you're like, oh, you just step up. You're that guy. You you're the developer that you want to hire. Or at least what I would want to hire. That's the correct attitude. I remember I had an intern like a long time ago, and he just did not want to learn anything, and yeah, he didn't make it, but he did not want to expand his knowledge, and that is like, okay, I can't do anything for you. It's if you don't want to learn, that's fine, but then this is not the place for you. Or like, development is not the place for you. Yeah, and I don't know. It felt crazy, honestly, because if you're an intern, like that is your prime spot to actually try to like, hey, if I just show off for, I don't know how long an internship is wherever you live, but let's say it's like 6 months. Yeah, exactly. It's the whole point. Yeah. But if you just show off for like 6 months, and then you have probably a probation period of a couple of months, and you just work hard for a year, then you have a job. But he was like, no, not gonna work. He's like, I just want to do this niche thing that I got hired to kind of not do, but yeah, super niche thing. Oh, yeah. But yeah. So I know one person that works with Clojure. I don't know, I gotta Google if is Clojure and ClojureScript the same? Is it like Java, JavaScript? Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I know one person who works with it, and like I would never. Yeah, exactly. And personally, like I think the language is crazy. But I definitely see the point. Like if you have, let's say you're doing banking, for instance, and you just need everything to be const, then, and yeah, like then functional programming is the shit. Like I would probably never pick anything else. That's probably awesome. But if you're doing game dev and you're using Clojure, that must be hard. Okay, that's the AI winter. But I heard that isn't like Clojure based on Erlang or something like that. And I think Erlang was made. Is it Erlang? Yeah, something like that. Was made by Ericsson for their like telecommunication devices. And I mean that also makes sense. Like if you're doing like functional programming, and yeah, for me that makes 100% sense. If you're like, hey, this just needs to be functional, kind of fast, kind of functional. I'm quite amazed by like how long C++ has been standing around. Because I think it was like when Java came out, so it's like, okay, now we're done with C++, but nope, still there. And then yeah, but Java, it's been like a great language for backend development. So C#. Yeah, C++ will never die. Yeah, but I tried Rust. I tried Rust for a bit, but that too, like I don't know. It feels like I need to work around the compiler all the time. It's like, okay, I want to create a memory arena here, and it's like, nope. Now you need to break everything. So I wonder if just writing like unsafe Rust would be my way to go. But I'm looking forward to some language eventually replacing C++. I never tried Go. I've heard good things about it, but never tried it. Maybe I should. I need to like rewrite some editor tools for my job, and I'm like looking into, I wonder if I could do it in like Go. I wonder if I could do it in Rust, or yeah. So, what don't you like about the Go package manager? Is there something like inherently broken with it, or is it just filled with garbage? Ah, okay. Well, I mean, I guess that will always be an issue with open source stuff, or stuff that are based on packages. I know that, what was it? Was it some Python? No, I think it was some like npm package that someone replaced, and boom, you had like a huge security breach. Like, oopsie doopsie. And also that like all the build system, like every clean build, you pull down your packages, and then if someone just replaces it, you're doomed. But also, if we're gonna have a package manager system, I guess it's a bit up to you as the developer to know whatever you're pulling in. Because I'm also not like, I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan either of the C++ way of doing it. But also, I don't know, by pulling in the packages yourself all the time, you need to like, you know what you're pulling, I guess, sometimes, maybe not all the time. But also when you you got your npm package, you pull it down, it has like 500 dependencies on other packages, and it's like you start pulling like thousands of packages. I don't know, we should just all go back to C and yeah, do it from there. I've been looking into this. this C3 programming. It's an evolution, not a revolution. Great motto. I mean, it's supposed to fix like kind of most of the issues that people have with C, but still keep kind of the spirit of it, so to say. But yeah, it's it's a nice language in a way. It's so simple, but also I guess when you're trying to ship a product, you might not want to write your own vector or lists or sorting algorithms and whatever. So I guess it has its drawback, depending on what you're trying to do, of course. I don't know. I've been kind of want to go back to writing engines, but I feel like I don't have time for it. So yeah, I just want to make games, man. Like when you say assets management, do you mean like as for code, or do you mean like asset management as in like how you handle files or whatever? Memory management. I don't know. Not using it at all. I don't know. I don't really have a favorite. It's I feel like it's wherever the shoe fits. If you have a problem, then just use whatever you need to. Like, I'm not a hardcore I love OOP, for instance, but I'm not a hardcore I hate OOP either. It has its perks and drawbacks. It's I prefer to just allocate things I need up front and then just recycle the memory as I need it. If that was an answer to your question. But in when I work here in Unreal, it's a bit like, okay, I'm kind of bound to whatever they want me to do. So for instance, like the whole so for instance, the whole like system here with the boxes and the movement and whatever, I can just like the whole grid is allocated up front in a chunk, and then all these little blocks are then just an array of positions, and then I have the Unreal part that is allowing me to like display it and whatever. So I could, for instance, if I do world here, I can like just disable the update location, and that would just disable all the actual like Unreal transform logic, but it will keep updating behind the scenes in the the real positioning. So you would have and as you can see, like when they collide, I trigger a bunch of physics. And this was actually a good test because this is not supposed to trigger if this is disabled, I guess. But so you can see, like they internally they move, and then when they collide, the logic still works, but no visuals are displayed. So I guess I need to disable the physics if I disable the if I disable the views. I mean, now when I think of it, I mean, I wouldn't disable the views like that. I would actually not instantiate the view itself. I don't know if that was a answer to. I mean, it worked. It worked as kind of expected. My point is like not. I wouldn't instantiate the mesh at all. Like, here's the thing. Like I would never want to instantiate the mesh. I just have all the movable items allocated. And that was the point. Like, okay. So if we come here to trigger physics, if it's not null, yeah, then it will trigger the physics. But yeah, otherwise it would just kill it. And this would break. Hey, sometimes you just gotta test things, so thank you for making the game better. That would be crashing otherwise. So you good with me putting you in the the credits later? Top tier debuggers. But I had like a day ago at work, my buddy was like, hey, you accidentally did this in 2 different ways. Which one do you want to do? I was like, oh, I did it in 2 different ways. Oops. So yeah, I guess I'm secretly a genius. At least that's what my mom tells me. No. Okay, yeah. I might be able to like increase the mic audio another time. But today, unfortunately, you just have to live with it. Because I suck at audio. And I wish I could do something about it, but I'm sorry, buddy. But if you subscribe and the next time I use my audio, or next time I use my mic, then I will have fixed the audio, probably. But why does double implementation happen so much in the front end? Well, like, is there some inherent thing that just makes it happen, or do you guys just suck at your job? Because I mean, you double implement stuff all the time. It happens. Sometimes it's just, it is what it is. But and not to shit on any front-end developers. You guys, you do an amazing job. I would never be able to do whatever you're doing. Because I'm so lost. Okay. Oh, you learn more. You learn more as you go, I guess. I didn't know that it's like you write it like top down. I just assumed that you basically got a bunch of API endpoints and then you needed to just figure it out. But I love that it's a mixture of bad design and incompetence. I mean, isn't that basically all development? A mixture of bad design and incompetence. I mean, I'm clearly incompetent, but I mean, I would say like designing for games, one of the hardest things, like working as like in your prototype stage or just working in games in general, is that you have a designer and the designer is like, yeah, I kind of want this. I want X to work. And you're like, cool, I create this like cool system to make X work. And then the designer just comes in and like the Kool-Aid man, like smashes through the wall and like, yeah, I want X plus Y now, and they need to work seamlessly together. And that is like, I guess then it becomes like a mixture of design and incompetence. And you can't write systems so generically that they work for every case. But yeah, when you got the Kool-Aid man, and that is why, like, as a design philosophy, I kind of had like conjugated around better to write twice than once. So people who just sit around, think forever, and get nothing done, I'm like, in the game world, they fall flat quite quick, in my opinion. When you're like a gameplay programmer, but people who like write it, then the designer comes in, changes all the specs. You're like, okay, cool, let's rewrite this, and then you probably have like a better system. You have a better understanding of the domain, and yeah. Yeah, you have to make the good moves, the best moves. But yeah, I guess like falling upwards is, yeah, feels like a good thing. Feels like the right thing to do. Because it's like you're just striving towards getting things better, but code is hard. So is art. Everything is just hard. Oh, wish I had an easier job. Yeah, actually. Should just go back to, I don't know. I don't think I ever had like a huge imposter syndrome type of thing. I think some people, they have imposter syndrome. But I feel like most people who have imposter syndrome probably should have imposter syndrome because they suck. And like most of us suck, but some people, they just suck a bit more. And some people suck but want to improve, and some people suck and don't want to improve, and those people, those but don't tell those people I said that. They get mad. They are the scary mad people. Oh, okay. Like, oh yeah, the bro programmers. The programmers. The ones with the biggest egos. I mean, I think that is an actual term, okay? Don't hate on my bro grammar. But I guess the typical bro grammar, they are they are the people who showed up to programming because they found like, oh shit, you make a lot of money, right? But I guess like most programmers, they work in they work in big companies too. So if you don't work in big companies, then I guess you won't end up meeting them a lot. But yeah, some people are really hard to work with, and some people are super easy to work with. And I just like people who try. just try, man, and I will love you. It's I don't care if you like, I don't understand, that's fine. But if you just try. Some people, they don't want to try. but that's also, it's like it's stroking your ego. Sometimes you just want to hear that you're good at your job. It's and I mean, VCs are somewhat easily impressed by if you got it together, if you have a good plan, and yeah. And you can prove that you're not an idiot, they're usually pretty happy. But I don't talk to them much. I let my boss do that. He's a very good fundraiser. We have infinite cash. Yeah, I wish I was a bit better at like web programming. Like, I think it would be a good skill to have. Like, I have in a bar of like 0 to 10, I'm probably at like 1. I can set things up, but that's about it. So if I would do front-end programming, I would be the issue. I would be the mixture of bad side and incompetence. So I had a friend test the game, and he was like, why the fuck do I get these weird resolutions to begin with? And then I now looked at it, and I know why. It's Unreal. It's not my fault. Woo! It's just the default resolutions. I am not the incompetent one. When you say embedded programming or embedded development, do you mean like embedded as in like embedded in a team, or like on, I don't know, on some hardware? I don't know. It feels like people use it differently. But I can definitely see like it just being a good skill to have overall. Okay, yeah. Yeah, then 100%. Part of my car. Holy shit. Oh no. Is JavaScript as part of your car? That is scary. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of Avalonia. Okay. So here is my overall. I like two UI systems. I've learned to like two UI systems. I like the game development of UA systems where you basically have, you can just set up, you have your components, right? And as a part of your components, you can set anchors, and the anchors can like act differently. You can either just tell it to scale like based on the screen. You can tell it to be like offset from a point, or you can tell it whatever. And then as a part of this, you can get things to stack on top of each other. That's pretty nice. But I also like ImGUI or immediate mode GUIs. I don't know. I just like them a lot. I see the drawback, but I like them. I like them a lot, right? But I never really fell in love with like the Avalonian way. Like if you have like an XML file and you like bind it up buttons that way. I don't know. Never loved that. But that's just me. Oh, okay, that's really cool. That you can sniff the bus. That sounds actually very cool. Like when you drive the cars, do you drive like what type of cars do you drive? I'm a huge F1 fan, so that's about like I love the engineering part of it. I love the teams, the competitiveness. But I never actually got into like cars as a hobby or cars as a thing. I don't have a driver's license either. But so like what type of cars do you drive? I want to know more now. And how much money do you spend on your cars? That is also my big question here. Because you can just you can spend so much money on those cars. It's insane. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can definitely see you having an issue to begin with, because like if you don't pick the correct anchor points, then the UI just doesn't scale at all. And like you just swap your target and you're doomed. Okay, that's a nice car. And do you drive it on tracks, or do you drive it outside the track? Or maybe you have like a nice place in the forest and you set up your own dirt road, maybe. Yeah. Back roads, yeah. Okay, I actually need to go. I am going out to eat, but it was actually very fun hanging out. I need to do this mic thing more often, and and I need to hear more how much money you spent on that stupid car, man. But yeah, have a amazing day.